In this video, we're going to take a brief look at the modeling concept that we're going to be using while we create the Lamborghini.
Okay.
This is something we haven't done up to this point. Basically, we're going to create a series of NURBS curves that will outline the shape of our model. In effect, we're going to draw it in 3D using NURBS curves.
I gotcha.
But this is a polygon model. We're not going to be creating NURBS surfaces at all.
Okay.
The NURBS curves are going to kind of serve as guidelines, objects that we can snap to create perfect outlines for our polygons and make the whole modeling process a lot quicker, a lot easier, and a lot cleaner.
I see what you're saying. All right.
For a really quick example, let me jump over here to the side view, and I'm going to create a CV curve tool. We'll use a CV curve tool, and we'll create a NURBS curve. And let's see, we have sort of an interesting sloped curve here, and I'll press Enter. Let's press Y, and I'm going to curve snap to this. So let's see, let's make something that looks kind of nice like so. I'm totally making this up on the fly, guys. This is just for an example. And let's see, we'll curve snap straight across the bottom like so. Okay, now with these three curves, let me hit duplicate. I'll pull these out. I'm going to group them together so I can transform them all as one. In fact, let me go ahead and center their pivot up. And we'll scale this down, squash it back a little bit. Alright, and now I'm going to grab the EP curve tool. And I'll curve snap straight across. Now let's put some sort of interesting curvature between these two. I'll grab this CV, and we'll point snap it up here. We'll take this guy and point snap him out here. Press 3 so we can kind of see how that looks. Press Y, and I'll curve snap. Curve snap. So notice I just snapped from one end to the other. Let me hide the grid out of the way. We don't really need that. So you can see how this is looking so far.
I see what you're saying. You're essentially just building a cage.
You could look at it that way, absolutely. And let's press Y again. And this one I'll switch things up a little bit just for the fun of it.
Because you're crazy.
Because I'm crazy. And we'll just slide this back. So you notice we've got sort of an interesting shape outlined here. And just think of this as a 3D drawing of what it is we're going to be modeling. In fact, let's do one more. Just one more curve. We'll go from here to here. And we'll just slide these guys forward. So we would end up doing this to the Lamborghini. Now, to model with polygons, all we really need to do is start off with the Create Polygon tool. Now check this out. All I got to do is begin by curve snapping to the ends of these curves. So notice here's I'm kind of outlining that top shape. It doesn't look perfect, but it doesn't need to right now. And then let's go ahead and grab the Append to Polygon tool. I'll grab this leading edge on the polygon surface, like so, and then we'll snap with curves down here to this corner, then curve snap over here to this opposite corner. You see how this is working?
Yeah.
In fact, let's shade this up so you can kind of see what it's looking like. So now let's curve snap again. You can follow the arrows. So we'll click over on this edge, and then we'll curve snap out here to this corner. And now to get the bottom, we can just press Y, click on this edge, and then curve snap out to the end like so. Now, yeah, a very, very rough representation of what we're building.
Yeah, you essentially just built a box.
That's right. But it's a start, and it's already lining up with our curve network. So all we need to do now is grab our split polygon tool. Right now my magnets are set to 1 with 100% tolerance, which is fine with me. Let's just begin by splitting this in half. And let's use that detail to push this shape a little bit closer to our curve network. So we'll curve snap this vertex out to here, take this vertex, curve snap it as well. Let's see over here, we can curve snap this. And I think the one in the middle should be lined up just fine. So now let's split it in the opposite direction. Okay. And now we can start grabbing these vertices, and we do the same thing. And notice as we add more and more detail, we get closer to the actual shape. Now here, we don't have a curve to snap to.
Right.
So we could create one if we wanted to. Like if we wanted to start off and maybe grab an EP curve, snap it, and round things out. Or we can just kind of eyeball it and just get that general curvature. Now we can grab this vertex, curve snap, grab this vertex, and make sure you hit the right edge, curve snap over here, and check it out, we're starting to get closer to the shape that we were looking for.
Cool.
All you have to do now is continue this process. add a little bit of detail, edit that detail. So here we have this vertex, which we can curve snap. That's curve, not point snap. I hit the V key by accident. And then we'll go ahead and do this one here on the end. And then this one in the middle, we'll just kind of average out. This one we can probably just pull forward because those are all planar to one another.
Mm-hmm.
Let's grab our split tool again. This time I'll make a couple of splits just to kind of speed the process along. But you guys are starting to see how our really rough polygon shape is now starting to take on the more fluid shape that we outlined with curves.
Right.
Which is the whole idea behind this method. It just gives you a really nice basis to work from by providing you with great snap objects that you actually create from the image planes. Because following curvature with a NURBS curve is a lot easier than following curvature with polygons. So we create our nice curved cage using the image planes, and then we use that to create our polygon model. Snap this over.
Yeah, you could turn that into a pretty sweet intake.
Yeah, you really could. Just a little bit of an extrusion. And it looks like I grabbed somebody I didn't mean to, so let's deselect.
That was my fault. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We'll just blame you and move on with our day. So we'll grab this vertex, snap down here to the curve, like so. And you could just continue this process over and over to get this as smooth as you needed it to be.
Right.
Or you could use this, just exactly how it is, as a proxy model, and you could apply smooth proxy. So now we can jump in between the two. We can grab our proxy model. Let's grab all of these edges here where we happen to have curves. And let's go over to our poly crease tool, and notice I can start adding a little bit of creasing here, and we start to get really close to that original shape. So it's just a matter of how many edges you add in to see how round you need this to end up being. That's all there is to it. And again, this is just a proof of concept to get your head around what we're going to be doing while we build the Lamborghini, because we're going to be creating a NURBS curve network that will span this entire car. Then we're going to use that curve network as a snap basis to create all of the polygons that will generate the model itself.
Right.
So that'll wrap it up for this video. Thanks a lot.